Good morning, and welcome to the Rankin Report for Sunday, January the 16th, 2022. From the book of Genesis, chapter 22, verse 18. And through your offspring, all nations on earth will be blessed, because you have obeyed me. The passage is, of course, from the account of Abraham. Remember, account, not stories. Of the account of Abraham obeying God in taking his son Isaac to be sacrificed, and God holding him back at the last moment, saying, "Okay, no, that's enough, I know you'll obey me now. Don't lay a hand on the boy." When I began doing these video messages of over a year ago, I began with the revelation of my ancestry in this country, and how that had changed my outlook on what's happening here now. And I hope to have shared what I have learned about the history of America that used to be taught in America, her relationship with God, for example, but not so much anymore. But I realize that the entire point of it all may not have been made quite plain. Okay, we are a nation that began in covenant with God, but to what end? Simple. When you enter into a covenant with God, whether individually or as a nation, you resolve to enter into His purposes and make them your own. President John Kennedy even made reference to this in closing his inaugural address in 1961. With a good conscience, our only sure reward, with the history the final judge of our deeds, let us go forth to lead the land we love, asking His blessing and His help, but knowing that here on earth, God's work must truly be our own. And from the foundation of this country, that work was to bring the gospel to the world. Abraham was blessed by God for his obedience, in that all the nations of the world would be blessed, because it was through his line that the Messiah would come to deliver people from the curse of sin. Our work in covenant with God was to bring the message of Jesus, the work of the gospel, to forward that to the world. Because that's what most of our founders came over here for. Just as profits for a business are best reinvested in the business in order to improve it and make it better, so the blessings of God are bestowed upon a nation in covenant with Him to further and forward His kingdom and His purpose. Therefore, the great struggle we are engaged in now, the reclamation of America, is not so that we can thump our collective chests about how great we are, or in the words of the old Charlie Daniels song, we can be walking real proud and we're talking real loud again. When God blesses people, whether individually or as a nation, He does so in order that those people may in turn point the way to the one who gave them the blessing. Blessed to be a blessing is how many churches phrase the concept today. God has indeed blessed America, because the people from Europe who first settled North America did so in order to worship God as their consciences led them to, and as what I like to call the prime freedom. Most every other freedom we enjoy springs from that central liberty, ultimately reinforcing it. As America grew into a powerful nation, the idea was that people would look to us to see why we are so blessed. As Alexis de Tocqueville did when he arrived in America from France in 1831 to observe American society in those days. Does this mean that people who do not believe as others do, or perhaps not at all, are somehow ineligible to enjoy the blessings of this liberty? Of course not. They can enjoy it just as much as anybody else can, but they must be free to make that choice for themselves. A forced or coerced conversion is no conversion at all, but the same tyranny the founders left their countries to be rid of in America, just with a thin veneer of Christianity brushed over it to stifle any questions. We must keep this in mind as we fight this battle, and always keep in mind that it's about us only as far as God rewards our efforts on His behalf. To paraphrase John the Baptist, He must become greater in order that we who follow Him may do likewise as we follow Him. It's not about us, it's about Him. That's the Rankin Report for Sunday, January 16th, 2022. Don't forget to hit the like button or subscribe if you wish to. God bless you. Have a great day.